Since 1993, the Gallup survey has been conducting a survey regarding Americans' perception on crime. Crime was starting to go down, yet Americans felt the opposite. Well, this trend has continued. Americans are unable to gauge the crime rates accurately. But what's interesting is they often don't feel that crime has increased in their area. In fact, they generally feel that crime has increased elsewhere nationwide. People begin perceiving that crime is up when in reality that is not true, and it generally never is. Politicians and the media tend to purposely push this issue, portraying crime rates to be out of control and whatnot. Most Americans don't know that in 2024 we had the lowest crime rates since the 1960s. The data speaks for itself, but the problem is many people do not look at the data. Instead, they form their own perception based off of a few news articles that they've read or that have gone viral on social media. Republicans across the country are constantly blaming Democratic states for the increase in crime. They're saying, oh, Democrats are soft on crime. That's why crime has gone up, and they're letting criminals out of jail and all of this nonsense. And none of that follows the actual data. Okay, because the data shows that yes, nationwide, we had an increase in crime after the pandemic, but it quickly went back down after 2021. However, in my state particularly, our prison population increased 6% between 2021 and 2023. Our incarcerated population went up. And in fact, during that crime spike, murder rates were 33% higher in red states than in blue states. We should all know by now that tougher laws, let's say like the death penalty for murder, there is no proof whatsoever that it actually deters crime from happening. It is clear that there is a misconnection between the general population, who generally do not understand how the criminal justice system works. And I think that adds to the rhetoric that is often fueled by these public officials that are trying to garner votes and support for re-election or for their campaign. So when they read a sensationalized article about how a particular judge rules on an issue, they don't understand what goes into that.